Sometimes, what kills kindness isn't evil, but a hasty judgment. In Oregon, an old man and a little sparrow paid the price for that. In a quiet rural area in the northern part of Oregon State, there was an old train station, rarely visited, with only a few trips running each week. A small guard post next to the tracks was home to Mr. Walter, a widowed man nearing 70, living alone, working night shifts and recording train arrival and departure times. Mr. Walter had no family left. His wife had passed away long ago, and his son had cut ties with him after a major argument years back. The only thing that gave his life a bit of warmth was a little gray sparrow, which he called Buddy. Buddy wasn't a pet kept in a cage. It was a wild bird, but every morning it flew to the window of the guard post, chirped a few times, and landed on Mr. Walter's hand, waiting for a bit of dry bread. When it was cold, it nestled under the eaves, and Mr. Walter would place a wooden box lined with cloth outside for it to shelter in. They couldn't speak to each other, but their affection was clearly visible. Everyone in town knew Walter and Buddy were an odd pair. One early spring morning, Buddy didn't show up as usual. Mr. Walter sat through the morning, waiting for the familiar chirping, his heart filled with worry. By afternoon, Buddy finally returned, holding a small red seed in its beak, gleaming like a ruby under the sunlight. Buddy placed the seed into Mr. Walter's palm and chirped excitedly, as if trying to say something. With a strange intuition, Mr. Walter wrapped the seed in a soft cloth. That night, he dreamed of something extraordinary, a great tree growing from that red seed, bearing glowing fruit that seemed to heal every wound. By morning, he told no one. He simply planted the seed in a small pot of soil behind the guard post. A week later, the young tree grew at an astonishing rate. In just a few more days, it bore fruit, red, round, and sparkling like a gemstone. Mr. Walter didn't believe in anything mystical, but deep down, he felt a quiet joy. Something special was about to happen. That very day, Buddy brought another seed, this time wrapped in a crumpled piece of paper from somewhere. On the paper was a handwritten line: "The healing tree. Whoever eats its fruit will be healthy and grow young again. A gift for the one who is worthy." Walter looked at Buddy, eyes wet. He whispered, "You brought this to me, little one." That night, Walter told the story of the magical fruit to the railway line supervisor, a young, pragmatic man named Grant. Grant laughed out loud. "A wild bird gave you a miracle fruit? That sounds like a children's tale." But when he saw the glowing red fruit with his own eyes, greed sparked in him. He said, "We have to test it first. What if it's poisonous? I'll let old Reggie try a piece." Reggie, the sleepy old watchman, was given a small slice of the strange fruit. Within 10 minutes, he collapsed, his face turning blue, unresponsive. Panic broke out. Grant shouted, "You poisoned us! Damn it! Walter, were you trying to kill someone with that fruit?" Walter froze. "No, that's impossible. But he brought it to me. It couldn't be wrong." But no one listened. They called the police. Within hours, Walter was handcuffed and charged with possession of a toxic substance and attempted murder of a co-worker. The news spread quickly. Asterisk, old watchman and the murder plot with mysterious fruit. Asterisk, Buddy flew after the police car, panicked, flapping against the window glass. But no one cared about a little sparrow. In the detention center, Walter sat in silence. No one came to visit. No one believed him. Only Buddy returned, each morning perching on the window frame, watching him from afar. A week later, the tree behind the station kept growing. More red fruits continued to bloom. Out of curiosity, an old homeless woman passing by picked one and ate it. The next morning, people found her in remarkably good health. Long-standing wounds gone, her gray hair darkened, her eyes clear and bright. News spread. Many others tried the fruit out of curiosity. The results were the same. The fruit was safe, and it truly healed. Reggie, the one believed to be dead, had actually suffered an allergic reaction to the strange fruit due to a rare sensitivity to certain plant compounds. It wasn't poison. It was all a misunderstanding. Grant was investigated for fabricating the story and hiding evidence. Walter was released, but it was too late. On the way home, Buddy tried to fly into Walter's arms, but he only said softly, "I'm sorry. I doubted you, even though you never betrayed me." That night, Walter sat alone beside the old guard post. Light rain fell, but he perched on his shoulder, just like always. The next morning, they found Walter had passed away in his sleep, his hand resting over his heart. Buddy lay still beside him, never leaving. The strange tree behind the station is now preserved. Locals call it Walter's Tree, a symbol of misunderstood loyalty. A bronze plaque is engraved at its base. Do not condemn someone for a single moment of failure. Loyalty sometimes has no voice, and a hasty judgment can destroy the best thing in our lives.